Here are some mistakes having to do with emails, triggers, and proposals that you can catch and correct just by proofreading your workflow template. If you used any send email actions, double check that you aren't trying to send a form or scheduler inside that email. Forms and schedulers must always be sent using the actions send form and send appointment scheduler respectively. Next, check that any actions that send content have the correct Smart Field link in the canned email. If the Smart Field link is missing, or if it has been mistakenly set up as a hyperlink, the client will not be able to access what you have sent. Finally, remove any smart fields from the appointment or payment plan categories inside your canned emails. Those smart fields would appear as blank spaces if you use them in a workflow email. Appointment confirmations and reminders using appointment smart fields should be set up in the scheduler template, and payment reminders using payment plan smart fields should be set up in the payment plan. There is no need to add them to the workflow. The very first action in your workflow should not use the trigger after form is completed. Instead, you would use the after workflow started or after all previous actions triggers. This is a common mistake based on the assumption that you're telling the workflow to begin after a lead capture form is completed, but that's not necessary. As long as you've connected a workflow template inside the settings of the lead capture form, the workflow will become active inside a new project automatically. Part of the reason after form completed won't work with the first action is that the triggers after form is completed or after form is not completed must have a form to watch inside of that same workflow. If you have any actions that use these triggers, open the action to check that you've selected a form to watch. Likewise, any actions triggered after an appointment is scheduled, before an appointment start time, or after an appointment has ended must reference a scheduler or scheduler group previously sent in the same workflow. Double check that you have selected a scheduler to watch for any actions with this trigger. You can't have a workflow watch appointments booked with a public scheduler. Because the scheduler is kicking off the process instead of being sent through the workflow, it won't be available to select for the workflow to watch. If your proposal template already includes a contract and invoice under your proposal settings, you only need one action to send out all three. You can remove any redundant actions that send a contract or invoice. Additionally, if you have a payment plan connected to your workflow, you must remove the payment plan from the settings of your proposal template. Having a payment plan selected in both your workflow and proposal template will cause an error.